It's Monday, September 16th, and we're back again, 2 weeks in a row. Three, 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Pretty proud of ourselves. It's always sketchy when you get a text right before the record time. If I send Zach a text or Zach sends me a text, I feel like there's always a chance that means it's
Yeah.
not getting done. But somehow we made it through.
Yeah.
Um,
Starting a little bit later today. It's my fault. I didn't.
no, it's not. It's not anyone's fault. It's just nervy. Because
I
we've
didn't
had so many instances where a text gets sent and
gotta. Hey, what if we went back to bed?
we don't follow
Oh
through.
man, what a great answer.
So it was, yeah,
Yeah, we're back at the morning pod because
yeah.
the past 2 weeks I think have been afternoon podcasts, and now we're
hmm
doing right now.
So hopefully it's just as interesting. But yeah, okay. Start out with a little puppy update.
Yeah, she's
We
great.
saw your guys' names.
Yes, yes. The name has been decided.
I
Thank
don't
you
think
Mom,
it
for
was
picking
any
the
of the
name.
commenters, right?
What'd you say? It
It wasn't. It was an OG name. We
was an
didn't.
OG
We
name.
loved the comments, but
We did love the comments. Thank you all again for commenting. They definitely helped a lot. I had a lot of people, a lot of family and friends submit names for the dog, but I think I just had to go with my gut
all
and
right.
pick a name that meant a lot to me. So, without further ado, the name of the new dog will be Panay or Penny for newcomers. So I don't want people to be like, "What the heck is Panay?" Like the pasta.
Hmm.
So it is Penny or Panay, whatever you prefer. She goes by both.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah,
Are
she
you
has.
go
Go
for
ahead.
it? Sorry.
I
No,
was
you
just
first.
gonna say she doesn't know her name yet, but we're working on it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Good. Very good. So was I like it. I think it's fun. I think it's cute.
Hmm.
It definitely fits her. But wasn't one of the arguments um that you had, or maybe this was for something else. But so like you're gonna have this dog for 15 years. In
Hmm.
15 years, are we gonna remember Penei Sewell? Like, is he gonna have that profound of an impact on
Oh,
the Detroit Lions?
you do not know Panay Sewell, my man. Yeah, yeah, he has his contract, I think, is through 2029 now. We have him for the long haul. I think he'll be on the team for at least
But let's
10.
say he leaves the team in 29. It'll have been like by the time you're 40, it'll have been 11 years since Panay Sewell. I
Well, that's quite
guess.
well.
Do you know any linemen from 2013? The Detroit Lions 2013 offensive line.
2013 offensive line, a little very good back then. Taylor Decker was drafted in 2015 and Frank Ragnow was 2016, I believe. They're
Okay.
both on the team.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's not bad. No, I'm just giving you grief. I think it's a good name. I think it's fun.
And if you know what,
Go
my
for it.
relatives were worried that, like, what if Panay Sewell gets canceled? What if he ends up being a user? I was like, well, that's why we still got Penny, so it's a
Yeah.
good fallback option. But
Yeah,
no,
no, I think you did it right for sure. I mean, I liked Aaron's. I know this is kind of way out of there, but I liked Aaron Swirls Barkley. I know that
I
doesn't
did
really
too.
make
That
too
was
much
fun.
sense for her, but it would be funny to call her Swirly. That's
Farley is
that
great.
was that was funny. That got me good. So, um,
And if
shout out
Osama
Aaron.
have like an interesting connotation to it, she might have been a little Osama.
Osama would have been crazy. Would have
Yeah.
been crazy. But yeah, I had something else to say. I was gonna say something, but
Yeah,
I forget. No, it wasn't gonna be about the dog. It was gonna be about ah I mean, I know I probably shouldn't have brought that up because I'm just gonna struggle to say it, but it's gonna have something to do with music, but I legit like it was out of my memory.
Actually, it's so funny. I have something music related that I want to
Oh,
talk
yeah,
today.
bring it up. Maybe it'll help me remember.
So I saw an article on LinkedIn
Oh,
that
gross.
said, man charged, this is the title of the article.
Okay.
Man charged with $10 million streaming music scam using AI generated songs. So what he did was he made music through AI and then made bots to stream the music over and over and over again. And he made like $10 million.
Oh, wow.
How brilliant is this guy? I mean, not brilliant because he got arrested for it, but dude, do like $200,000. That's insane.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a
And
good idea.
remember we were talking about writing songs like before you
Yeah,
left to
yeah,
do in the morning. Why didn't we think of this, man? Now, if we do it, if people they'll know that we were scamming
yeah.
someone who did it.
We're just not that cunning, I guess.
We should have wrote a song. So this is I'm putting it out there. I'm writing a song and
Mm.
making it by the end of this year. I won't do bots. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm writing a song in the hopes that maybe somebody else will make a bot to listen to it. I'll make some money.
Interesting. Okay, so I mean, I am not going to be complicit in your crime, but
There's no
I
crime. What
will listen to your song.
I feel like you're assuming I'm doing the bot.
Oh,
I'm
excuse me.
not.
You're right.
I'm
No,
not
you're
doing
right.
that.
You're right. That's my apologies.
If
My
somebody else were
apologies.
to have done it,
If
that's
somebody else,
it's on
yes,
them. It's not on me.
right.
I just
It's
wrote
not
the
on
song.
you. You just wrote the song. You're just doing the lyrics.
I'm just doing the lyrics, doing the beat. I mean, and then somebody else will be doing, or if maybe, who knows? If
Maybe. So
somebody will-
someone else will be doing the listening. It won't be you or
won't be.
anything that you've created.
No, 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 no. So I'm glad we got that out of the way because I don't want anybody coming after me saying, "Oh my gosh, this song has 2 million streams. Zach is blowing up. How do you do it?" It's all natural talent, man. That's what I'm saying.
Should we reveal our song or a song that we
Oh,
created?
oh, the song we wrote.
Yeah, we did write a song, folks. I think it was just called the Over Song. It was pretty
Let me,
good. It's
let me
pretty
see if I can
banging.
pull this up. Hang on.
While Zach pulls it up, um, I just want to say at one point, an idea for this podcast was going to be a Crystal Palace podcast because we felt that that would be a niche area that we could, stick our foot into. And I just want to say that after the start Crystal Palace has had this year, I'm thankful we're not a Crystal
Yeah.
Palace podcast. Like I tried watching that first game of theirs, and it was so boring. They looked so bad. And then
Yeah,
I
they lost.
watched, a little bit of the second game, and again it was bad. But I guess the big contrast was I watched a little bit of the Crystal Palace game, and then I watched the Liverpool game afterwards. And holy cow, was Liverpool just so much better to watch.
Yeah, I know.
So it's kind of unfortunate, but Liverpool's just more fun to watch. Obviously, they didn't win this week, which sucks. But I guess there is kind of a reason that people choose, the top teams in the league. It's
Yeah,
just
it is.
straight up because they're better football, they're better entertainment.
Hmm. And it's weird. Like in the NFL, there's there's a difference between good teams and bad teams.
Hmm.
But in football, I feel like it's so obvious when one team is better than the other.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that is. I suppose I mean to say I think you're usually right, or you're right for the most part. Um, And I think maybe it's just because the talent pool is so
Hmm.
much larger.
Yeah,
Like in the NFL, um, the talent pool is not as big. All of those guys are crazy athletes,
yeah,
but you know, I don't know. It's just maybe a little bit more level of a playing field because there's so fewer, choices to choose from, I suppose. Whereas like soccer's so international, that's why they've got these international tournaments because like each country just has a ridiculous amount of top
right.
tier talent. So then when one team, I don't know. I guess I don't know where I'm going with that, but I suppose that maybe it's easier for certain teams to, uh, I don't know, get like just better talent or something. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that.
Oh, what you just said made sense, and that's kind of the point I was making. I just didn't articulate it into a coherent thought like you did.
Oh yeah. Okay. I wasn't sure if that was a coherent thought or not. So I
Well,
appreciate
no,
you
I understood.
saying it was.
I think the listeners will understand. But do you want to go over the song real quick?
Yeah, do you have it pulled up?
I got it pulled up.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, we were off the song at 7 a.m. It's really funny looking back on it. I don't know if we would ever actually publish this song.
No, yeah, I agree. I don't think our intent was ever to publish it. I think it was just to get the juices flowing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. Okay, so you want me to start with the first verse?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so it starts like this. You called me over, thought it was a sleepover, put on my best pullover.
Yep.
You told me it's over.
Wow.
Pretty good, right?
I love it. I love it so far.
So, and you know what? There's more of a story than I remember it being. So, like the next verse is, I called my friends and told them it's over. They told me to come over. So I went over and they told me I was a pushover. They made me
Great,
leftovers.
great. It's like I that second verse is much better than the first, I think.
It is. It gets better as it goes on. But wait for this one. This one's my
Okay.
favorite one. They made me leftovers, and when that was over, I took a layover, landed in Dover, got hungover, and stayed till Passover. I mean, there's just so much going on right there.
I think we just got better as the song went on. Like I
Yeah,
said, the juices were flowing. We were
they
we were
were they were
cooking
they
something there.
were cooking right there.
Was it just the three verses? Do we have
No,
anything more?
we have
Oh, we've got more.
one more.
One more verse.
I think
Okay.
two more, but I don't know what this other one was. So the last one is my love is left over. I saw you in Dover. What is this, a crossover? Play, play with some walkie-talkies. Over.
Yes. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that right
Oh,
there. I'll
that
tell
was
you that.
so funny.
What is this, a
Oh,
crossover?
and the last verse is not as fun. It's just I came over, so I went over. I was over, checked a Reddit page for r/over.
Oh, okay. Those might have just been like ideas
Yeah,
for
yeah.
for
Yeah, that
lines
might
in the
not have been in
song.
the verse.
Wow.
What if this is a crossover? Is so funny. Oh my gosh.
I also love this state until Passover. That's a great that's a bar.
Oh man. So yeah, so it definitely we definitely were creative enough to write an actual song after writing this, I think, but we just never ended up going back to the songs. There were better options for us to do in the morning.
Yeah, yeah. Like start. I think we started the podcast. We started donuts.
Hmm.
Um, did we watch any of the Olympics? We maybe
We
watched the
did.
Olympics a little bit.
Did I think 2 days,
Um,
3 days?
yeah, but then kind of mid like I feel like mid August we started just falling off hard.
We did
Like
fall
when
off.
did we kind of started that? Maybe like mid July or early July. I think it lasted like a good 2 to 3 weeks,
I think it
maybe
was three,
four,
at least 3 weeks minimum.
and then we just we plummeted hard. So I guess the next talking point, I know it's not like that big of a deal, but I just thought it was funny. The the top party schools, the best party schools in the USA.
Oh yeah, yeah, let's go over that.
MSU, like shout out. You guys are there. So, anyways, I just think it's an interesting list, because it was rated by students or something like that. I don't know exactly how they did the study, but Wall Street Journal released um, you know, they released their college rankings, about a month ago. Um, and then after they do that, so that's a ranking of like 500. They rank, they choose like
Oh, wow.
500 or whatever. I don't know how where they cut the limit, but they create a score and all this stuff. And then, for kind of the weeks afterwards, they'll start releasing other lists. So like one of them is um like best bang for your buck, where they, tell you, schools that you typically earn back the cost of tuition or something like that within a certain
Well,
amount of years. And then they do like best schools for finance, and then they do best schools for engineering, best schools for X, Y, Z. And so one of them that they did this year was also the best top US colleges for the party scene. And Tulane was number one.
Tulane?
Yeah,
No way.
because
Okay.
it's in New Orleans, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think that's why it takes off.
Yeah,
Let
I
me
don't know
check.
how they determine that because from what I would have assumed, I've only been to Michigan State, so I'd be like, oh, Michigan State's number one. That's
Yeah,
all I
yeah,
never
right.
been to party school.
Exactly. Like the student's bias would, I feel like it would affect it.
But I feel like Tulane's not a big school, or
I
not as big as
I mean it might be. Like where else do people in Louisiana go other than LSU? La
I won't.
Tech.
Let me look up the Tulane population.
No, you're right. It's not that big. 14,000
That's
students.
it.
Yeah.
Well, for 14,000 kids, they must have a rocking time.
Dude, what the heck? Acceptance rate is 11%. Interesting. So they
What?
must get a lot of applicants.
That's still shocking. Like I would have assumed a bigger school, more parties. How do they determine that? Is it
Yeah, I don't know if they were just like, how many times a week do you party? Like,
quality of party?
let me see if I can find a brief little summary in here.
Okay, so I have a question. Do you have the list
Affirm. Sorry,
in
go
front of,
for it.
do you have the list in front of you?
Yeah.
Is there any like conference that doesn't have like is a Pac-12 in there at all? Even though there's only two people now.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, let me check real quick, but just this is their
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
uh backing. They said they surveyed tens of thousands of students and recent alumni, asking dozens of questions on topics covering student life, career prep, classrooms, dining halls. In addition, students were asked questions about the party scene at their college, though the answers to these questions had no bearings. Oh, okay, on the overall rankings. That's the other ranking. Um, so I guess it was just based off of those questions. They just created, some type of scoring based off of questions from students, I suppose. I don't I don't know. All right, Big Ten had the highest concentration of schools among the top 20.
Let's go. All right.
So that's
Uh,
good. South SEC had the highest average party scene score. Don't really know what that means, but I guess to go down the list, we've also got University of Dayton at number two.
oh, whoa.
I know, shocking. I've never heard that before,
Don't
but
understand the order of this list, but okay.
and then this one makes sense, historic, everyone knows it. Florida State,
Yeah.
Michigan State at number four,
Right
University of
on.
Alabama, which I don't know. I mean, I suppose that would be fun place,
Makes
but
sense.
I guess I didn't know that either.
I feel
And
like a lot
then,
of Southern schools being in the top 10 would make sense because they can party year round.
oh, you're right. Oh, you're right. Oh man, they've got just summer all the time.
Mhm.
University of Wisconsin at number
Okay.
six, Miami University at number seven, West Virginia at number eight. Interesting.
Yeah,
University of South Carolina.
there it is.
And then how about this? Sewanee, the University of the South. Never heard of that place before.
Sorry. That's like that shouldn't count.
It's in a world-class liberal arts college, a leading seminary of the Episcopal Church. What?
All right. There's no
I don't
shot
know.
that
It's in
there's no
Tennessee.
I'd rather put Michigan in the top 10 than that school. There's no way that school, the school of the church is in the top 10.
I have no clue. I have no clue. All right. Then we got James Madison at 11, Georgia at 12, Iowa at 13, Washington and Lee at 14, Bucknell at 15, Illinois at 16. Okay. And then I don't understand this university. Maybe you've seen it. I saw it in Kansas City, but Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Have you ever
Pennsylvania.
heard of that? It's called Indiana University of Pennsylvania. And there's campuses in Kansas. Like I've seen it.
Oh,
And then
really?
Syracuse, UC Boulder, and then Providence. So just interesting. Michigan didn't make the top 10, but
Yeah, how does that make you
my
feel?
my current school's in the top 10, which is interesting.
There you go. I mean, hey, look at us. Two partiers right here.
Hey yo, you
Have,
way
have
more than me.
have you walked around like have you seen parties during game day at Miami of Ohio?
No, no. I mean, we've had one home game so far, and it was
Oh, okay.
on Saturday. It was against
Oh,
Cincinnati.
did you go to it?
I did, yeah. I wasn't really planning on going, but then this guy that I met at that virtual speed neck or is it at the speed networking, speed blah blah blah, whatever, speed dating, no, speed networking thing. Um, he was all gung ho because he'd never been to like I don't know. His argument's kind of funny. He's like, I've never been to like a D1 football game when it's my own team or
Oh,
something like
okay.
that because he went to Grand Valley.
Oh, sure,
And so
sure.
he was like, "Oh, it's just D2, yada yada yada." So he was real gung ho to go to this, uh, game that was, a bigger deal than any Grand Valley game, I suppose. Um, but no, on our walk in, we didn't really see too many. I mean, we didn't walk through the neighborhoods or anything like that, so we didn't really see any crazy party happenings going on.
Gotcha.
Um,
How'd you guys do? Did you guys win?
No, Miami looked bad. They didn't play very
Oh,
well. They had a couple big plays, a couple really like fun, like aired out passes, but they just I don't know. They weren't much of a team. I guess
hmm.
that's one thing I'll note is like after going to that game, Michigan and just the whole operation and stadium and everything just seems professional. Like Miami seems semi-pro and Michigan just I don't know.
Wow.
Everything about it seems just I don't know better. And I don't know, that's obviously biased, but there were some fun things. I mean, Miami had some fun traditions of their own and all
Mhm.
that stuff. And the band was way more bandy though. Like you could tell that those kids were band nerds. If
Oh, no,
you're
they were bandos.
I feel like if you're in the Miami University band, you're a real band geek. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Michigan State, I don't, you guys are still, there's a line to be drawn. I don't think everyone in state band's a band geek. I think you've got some cool folks. Um, Michigan marching band, they're band geeks, but I feel like they're also maybe there to, because of the prestige, like it takes a certain level of skill. Whereas I feel like all these folks that were in the Miami band, like and this is like total eagle eye view. Like I'm just making this judgment off of like just seeing them on the field, but just something about them. I was like, look at all those band nerds out there. I don't know, I could just tell. I could tell. So,
Um,
anyways, they had like marimbas out on the
oh,
field,
really?
and they had a drum kit and an electric guitar.
No way.
Yeah, you
That's
couldn't
a
hear the electric guitar at all though.
that's a fun little marching band.
Yeah, it was an interesting marching band.
But
I don't know. I just like I'm just more into Michigan, obviously. So,
yeah, no. And that's totally fair because Michigan's, bigger program,
mhm.
a lot more talent goes there. Going back to the band though, real quick. So I know for Western, they don't have enough people who want to do the marching band, so they have to outsource like the smaller colleges, like Kalamazoo College.
Wow, I
So
didn't know that. That's crazy.
yeah, one of my cousin goes to Kalamazoo and she's in the Western Michigan marching band
Oh, wow.
just because there's not enough people there. So I wonder if maybe at Miami of Ohio, it's the same thing. There's not enough people, so they have to get smaller schools
Maybe.
nearby.
And
That's
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 maybe
I
why,
understand.
they seem so nerdy. It's because
Hmm.
they go find the real band nerds out
Yeah.
there.
Hmm.
Yeah, that could be it. That could be it for sure.
Again, I don't want to assume, but I mean, I'm gonna assume because they're both in the MAC. So
Yeah. Oh, true. They are both in the MAC. Miami, I think, is a bigger school than Western, though.
Western was ranked like in 2016. So
I mean, bigger is in like more kids.
oh, but they meant like a national presence.
No. But what's crazy is the Miami University like coaches cradle, they call it. Have you ever heard of that?
No, what's that?
Okay, so they've produced like a bunch of famous coaches.
Oh,
So there's a handful of names that I don't know and didn't recognize, but they've got all these different statues for all these coaches at the football stadium. So two obvious ones from history are Woody Hayes and Bo Schembechler.
Oh,
Those names
whoa,
ring a
whoa.
bell. Yep.
Mm.
And then more recent names that are shocking are John Harbaugh.
What?
Yep.
Whoa.
And Sean McVay.
Dude, no way. I was
I know.
Who else could be on there? But I guess Sean McVay would make sense since he's so young.
And so like Sean, I think played wide receiver at Miami and was grad assistant for a couple of years, and then went on to do his bigger and better things. But I just think like I'd never heard. I knew about Woody Hayes and Bo Schembechler. Like that was famous because they were mentor and protege, and then obviously they went to become Ohio State and Michigan, the face of the program, and 10-year war and all that awesome history. Um, which I'm like, I love that that happened and that that was like the history, but I wish that would happen again. Like, I'd love to see another mentor protege. Like, how cool is that story? It's
Yeah.
it's like it's Kung Fu Panda. It's Kung Fu
Mhm.
Panda in real life.
It is Kung Fu. Whoa. Who's the coach now? Is
No, no one notable, no one that I know.
Oh,
But
okay. Okay.
well, actually, I shouldn't say that. No one notable. He might turn out to be someone
Okay.
notable.
I mean, I can't imagine the program when Sean McVay was there, they were absolutely killing it. I'm sure he's doing a great job, but
Yeah,
can
yeah.
it be?
Who knows what it is? They've got some athletic director or some mentor that just really props people up, I guess. Um, and how was your band? Just continuing with the band. How was band reunion?
Alumni band was great. Um, so we rehearsed with the band at like 7 a.m.
Oof.
And dude, some of these people just love drinking. Like we were rehearsing.
MSU party school, baby.
I know, but like these are alumni who were drinking. The alumni were.
Still party school.
So not to give too much away because I don't want to get anyone in trouble, but I saw some people ripping some shooters in the middle of rehearsal, which is crazy because like
Alumni, right?
alumni, yeah, I
Yeah.
know. If the students drink during rehearsal, they get kicked out of band.
Yeah, yeah.
My freshman year, dude, there was a girl who was hammered at practice one time, and she was booted. Like she had a like we had to stop rehearsal early because she wouldn't like she was like a color guard. She would like flip the flag in the air.
Yeah, yeah.
And our director called her over and she left and never came back.
Oof.
That was a big, big story.
Party
But
school, baby.
I know
MSU.
this year people were just ripping shots or shooters. And like I saw
Shooter.
somebody come up to me and was like, dude, I just had 5 shooters. I'm hammered. I'm like, dude, that's crazy, man. It's 8 in the morning. I don't like day drinking. It hurts my little tum-tum too much, but
Oh.
5 shooters at 8 a.m. would kill me.
Oh, 1,000%. I think I might.
So
I would throw up without a doubt.
And a lot of people bring shooters into the stadium. So at halftime, dude, the halftime show was terrible. So at a random point in the song we learned early in the morning, we have to like move. And I was kind of
Yeah.
goofing off rehearsal. So I was just kind of like talking to all the tubas.
Hmm. So they
Not,
actually expect you to do formations and stuff.
yeah, yeah, we have to move like not too much, but like enough to where it looks cool.
Yeah, you have to focus up.
Yeah. So my plan was, since I wasn't paying attention, I was looking over to the person to my right. And whenever they move, I would move. He was an alumni, which was my first mistake. We got in the field and I was wa waiting for him to move and he never moved. And then I felt a arm touch my shoulder and the actual tubas in the band were like already moving.
Yeah.
And the other guy just he was so drunk he forgot to move. And so I was like, oh my gosh, go, 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 go.
Oh
So
man.
we ended up getting to our spots so late. The video's probably coming out today or something.
Oh really? There's gonna be video of it. I'm
So I'm sure it looked so stupid
gonna look
from
out for you.
3 of us just waiting for this guy to move.
That's funny. That's great. That's
So
classic.
yeah, so we were like, yeah, what were you doing? And he's like, yeah. I don't remember
Was
any.
he playing even, or was he just like
He was
standing
just
there?
like spewing, like he was like blasting, just nothing.
It's
So
like
it
from
was.
SpongeBob. Would if you know if we just play louder, maybe we'll sound.
Oh, I mean, that's basically what I did too. I didn't learn any of the music, so I just kind of like played my own thing. I,
Yeah,
I I tried to play it good enough to where it would sound the same. I
yeah,
can,
yeah.
if I didn't really know it, I would just kind of sit in silence and just wait for my cue to move, which I missed like every time. So no, it was a really fun day, really long day though, and I got sunburned, which wasn't fun because it was so hot on Saturday. I'm sure you know.
Yeah, yeah. I got sunburned too.
And then I also got sunburned at the soccer game on Sunday, so it's just two back to back. And
Oh yeah, ABCDE FC update. What
yeah,
happened?
so oh, you're not in the new group chat.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
had to
little
make a new group
I'm
chat
mad.
because
You
there
no,
was
you didn't have to. You didn't
I,
have to. You
I folded
you
under pressure
folded, yeah, by one man.
by one man who has an Android.
You're just gonna let the Android users run all over you, run ragged all over you.
Well, I mean, there were also a lot of people in the group chat who are not on the team anymore, like Evan and
Boo. Bad excuse. We all want
Ben.
to be there. Everyone's interested in it.
Okay, okay. So,
Just joking. No, I mean, yeah, no worries. How many people are on the team this year or this
uh,
season?
15.
Oh, okay. So similar numbers.
Yeah, but apparently, so we get there on Saturday. So, dude, oh my gosh, but the morning of.
Yeah.
Somebody said, "Oh, I'm not going to make it." And then literally every girl on our team except one was like, "Oh, I also can't make it. I can't make it either. I'm not going to be here today."
Oh, brother.
So, guys, why are we saying this at Sunday morning, 2 hours before the game? And why are all the girls hanging out together? What's going on?
They're all taking vacation together.
By the
So
and it
who
was
came? Which of the girls ended up coming?
Audrey came.
Oh, Audrey came. Oh, clutch.
Yeah. So and dude, I heard one guy, two guys not going to be we're not going to be able to make it. We got there, Audrey and six guys came. We did not have enough for a full team.
Oof.
And we asked everybody around, like, hey, you guys want to play an extra game? Anybody,
Yeah.
goalie, male or female? And they were like, nope, we're going home.
Oh, I guess
So,
maybe because it's like you said, like it was probably the peak of the day. It was peak heat, super hot, and you guys are like the 12 to 1 time slot. So
yeah,
if people that are willing to play multiple games probably have already played their second
yeah.
game or maybe
Okay.
third game, and they're like, I'm not doing another one on top of this. So
So we ended up facing the red team, or we were supposed to face the red team.
yeah, yeah, Team Fun and Sun slash Team CGO or whatever.
Yep.
Hmm.
So I was talking to him like, guys, I don't think we should play. This would be a massacre if we tried to play. So I ended up going over there and I was like, hey guys, we only have 7 people. What should we do?
Yeah,
And one of the girls in their team was like, if you want, um, if you want to like take the loss, we would scrimmage with you and just have some fun.
yeah,
Like that sounds like a great idea. Let me ask the team, make sure it's cool, and then I'll come back in like a minute. So I go over there, and a lot of people are interested. There's one person who was kind of pushing, like, no, 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 let's just play 7v11. And
Ned.
no,
Oh,
no, Ned was on board with the
Connor.
no.
Oh,
I'll tell you later.
is it the
I'll tell
Android
you later.
user?
Yeah. So I just made the decision like, no, let's scrimmage against them. So we went over and we're like, hey, that sounds good with us. Do you guys want to like do 11 on 11? Because they had 15 people, we had 7. So it ended up working out where we had 11v11, no subs. So, and the two of their teammates decided to be goalie. They don't have a goalie. They do like what other people do. They find a goalie and
Yeah.
just have to be the goalie for the game. But so the goalie we got ended up being very good,
Oh, really? Like a legit goalie?
like a legit goalie.
Wow.
He
The
said he'd
goalie that always, stopped our shots and everything.
not as good as him, but like a
Yeah.
pretty premier goalie.
Okay. All right.
So we got some of their teammates too, and we ended up winning the scrimmage 3-1.
Nice.
And it they definitely helped. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, the
The
subs.
Fun members we got definitely helped us win, but we looked really good for the seven of us. Well, six of us looked really good. I did not look good.
Sure, you look just fine.
No, no, no. I made a dude, the goalie passed it to me and I tried to do I was like facing him and I tried to do a backward kick to kick it to Ned. Just completely whiffed it. And the guy was right behind me and just took the ball and shot it. He missed, thankfully, but I was like, that one's on me, man. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. Try to not do that on defense.
Yeah, I tried to be cool, try to be suave. My biggest issue with soccer is I'm good at getting the ball, but
Hmm.
I don't have the wherewithal to know where the ball is when I look up. So when I pass
Yeah,
the ball,
yeah. That takes time and practice for sure.
I have to look at the ball, make sure I have it, look up to see who's around me, look back down, and then kick it instead of just
Hmm.
knowing where the ball is and kicking it to
Yeah.
everyone.
I mean, it's not an easy skill. It is not an easy skill to have. I mean, professionals can do it
Mhm.
because they play soccer, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. So they just know. They know themselves, they know their touch, they know everything. But yeah, so it's definitely a difficult skill. I definitely find myself doing that all the time too. Is putting my head down to make the pass. But yep, it's a classic thing. It's like keep your head
Yeah,
up, and all that. Um, so yeah, I mean, you just got to practice. Ned got you that whole ball and ball
that-
returner thing. So you just need to practice in the basement over the winter
yeah.
and for next
Gotta
spring
have
get
for-
really good.
I,
I know we
I
said
just
that last year, but
I honestly should have started doing it today because the game didn't matter. We had already taken the loss,
hmm
so I could have just learned how to be better, or I start doing it,
I don't
hitting the
think you would have
ball.
learned in an hour though.
I know, but I could have at least practiced it.
Yeah, yeah.
That I could maybe do it once or twice in an actual game, and then
Mhm.
just grow from there.
Sure. How was Ned's goal?
That goal was cool. I'll be honest. So I ended up doing. I didn't have a position. I just ended up running around for a little bit.
Yeah.
I ended up going back to center back at the at halftime.
Okay.
But the first half I was kind of playing center mid. I was just running everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so I can't remember a guy on the other team who was playing for us had the ball up top, and I was on the other side of the goalie box. The goalie box was so. I guess I was far away from. If he would have passed me the ball, I would have scored very easily because the goalie was so focused on the other side.
Okay, okay.
But Ned was running through the middle. So I get, yeah. So if you're looking at the goalie box, the ball's on the right hand side. Ned's coming up through the middle, and I was already on the left of the goalie
Yeah,
box.
so we'd call
Sitting
that
there,
you were back post. You were in the back
back post,
post.
sure, sure. Um, and so Ned was like, "Hey, over here, over here." And so the guy passed it to Ned. Ned booted it, went to the left side, scored. It was a great goal. Like it, I think if we were to have faced the real goalie,
Hmm.
he could have stopped it.
Mm. But it sounds like it was kind of like a bang bang play. Like they swung it in. Did Ned like one time it? It was a one
Yeah,
timer.
yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So one timers aren't that easy to save.
That's what I'm saying. He couldn't have scored.
Oh, I see what you mean. I
Or
see what you
sorry, the goalie couldn't have saved it. Ned's
mean.
goal
Yeah.
was so good, the goalie would not have saved it.
Yeah. Okay. Right on.
Good goal.
Copy that. Well, that's exciting. No acai bowls after this one, though, eh?
No acai bowls after this one. I also needed to come home to see the dog. I don't want to leave her home for
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I'm starting to leave the house a lot more though, so I think she's
Yeah, I
getting.
know. It was funny. Like when I forgot that you were doing alumni band, but I was just like, wasn't one of our discussion points like you've always got commitments to tubas and Jews and all this
Yeah.
stuff, and then your response to that was like, I don't have any commitments to tubas. And then a week into it, you're like, oh, see ya, gotta go to alumni.
That is really funny. You caught me. There's nothing to say. You caught me. Caught me in a lie.
A hand up, brother.
End up. You got me.
You got me. No,
Starting now though.
sorry,
Starting
go
now,
for
there's nothing
it.
except
Starting now, no commitments.
for 2 weeks from now when I have a wedding. But so after that, no
Oh
commitment.
yeah, that's funny. Okay. But after that,
After that, I
nothing.
actually don't have any commitments.
Okay. Keep the calendar open. Keep it clean. But no, I
Open.
mean, does she do okay? Like, She's not like when you come back after these long periods, is she like moaning and groaning or anything like that?
So I brought her to my parents' house just for the day, just because I
Oh,
didn't
okay. Yeah, that makes
stay
sense.
that long. So my mom and dad watched over her and Jake. Shout out them, they saved the day.
Hmm.
My parents love her, so
Oh,
they were
good.
trying to do that. I felt bad, so I brought her over and Jacob was just home.
Hmm.
And so he put her on her bed. And then my mom came home and started screaming. She was so excited to see the dog. And the dog was so excited and nervous as she peed on Jake's bed.
Oh no.
And I was like, dude, Jake, I'm so sorry. And he's
Oh,
like,
that's
that's
rough.
okay. She just peed on the comforter, so it didn't go through and like leak on the mattress or anything, but
Yeah, yeah, that's good.
still, you never want to.
Yeah. Yeah, peeing on the bed's always tough.
Yeah. And she's been on my bed for 5 days, never once.
Hmm. Yeah.
So hearing that, I
Put
was
her
like,
on
dude,
Jacob's bed and she just pees immediately.
sorry.
That's so funny.
Of course, like I
So,
was telling her
yeah,
like
go
she
for it.
doesn't pee on beds. She's really good about that. And then of
Yeah.
course she's on the bed.
The moment you set her down, she started being just joking. Um, well, good, good. So weekend, no regrets.
That was a very good weekend. And then, well, the Lions lost, which wasn't
Sorry,
great.
weekend, 1 week into
Oh,
owning a
weekend.
dog, right? This has been a 1 week,
Yep.
basically,
1 week in a day.
1 week and a day, and you're happy, you're excited.
Yeah, no, I don't regret it yet.
Good, good, good,
Should,
good. But yeah, yeah, and then the Lions, man. So obviously I'm in like a different broadcast region or whatever. So it just depends on who they broadcast for me. Um,
did you get
because
the
I tried to
Browns? Did
get
you get the
Fox.
Bengals?
I get Fox Sports. I mean, I've got the Fox Sports app and Peacock and all and CBS. So once I don't know, it just like they have not okay, obviously they broadcasted the Sunday night game, that's national broadcast.
Mhm.
But the Fox unfortunately was Cowboys versus Saints.
Oh, interesting.
And then the thing that really annoyed me though was Cowboys versus Saints wrapped up earlier than most of the other games, right? And so I turned that on, in the last 30 seconds, hoping that they would switch over to Detroit versus Tampa Bay because there's a close ending. But no, they switched over to Washington versus the Giants.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Which I mean, yeah, that was also a close ending, but I just felt like who wants to watch the Washington Commanders play the New York Giants? No one wants to watch that.
Look, that's why they had to do it.
I guess so. So, anyways, I was so mad that I couldn't watch the ending, but yeah. How'd they look? I mean, obviously they only scored 16 points.
Yeah, I got a fun story about the Lions game.
Yeah.
So, the defense looked really good, but the offense is just not. It was not cooking. We decided to give up on the run game. Jared Goff threw like 55 times. And the Buccaneers have a great defensive line, but Vita Vea was out.
Yeah.
Why were we not running it? So it was a mix of Goff not doing well, but also the offensive coordinator's fault for calling terrible plays.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Like
Yeah.
I feel like
So
Lions are kind of they've got like a similar identity to Michigan in the sense of like they're a little bit more like hard-nosed football. Like they run
yeah,
it on you to open up the pass. So
yeah,
it's crazy that they had to pass 55 times that game.
I know.
Goff is
So
fine, but trust him 55 times with the ball in his hands. He's gonna he's gonna throw a
like
couple interceptions.
he should have had three. He I think he only threw one or two. There were two times where the ball should have been intercepted.
Jeez.
Amon Rodgers made a great play and just knocked the ball out of the
Yeah.
guy. But I ended up watching the game at Nolan L's
Yeah.
place. So he moved out of his
Cool.
house.
Oh,
Uh,
and he's got an apartment now or
yeah,
something? Cool. Or does he have his own house?
no, it's an apartment.
Oh, okay, right on.
So I was
Awesome.
watching
Good
the
for
game at
him.
his place, and the last 2 minutes, the fire alarm went off. We
Oh,
were actually debating like, do we risk dying just to see what would happen here? So we ended up being like, no, let's just go out. I don't want to die if
yeah,
there's a
yeah,
fire. So we end up, and it was like the worst time ever because it was the last 2 minutes of the game.
yeah,
So we end up going outside, and then it's like kind of a U-shaped apartment. So he
yeah,
lives on the one of the not like the main area. He lives on one of the side ones of the U.
yeah.
So we end up going, we walk outside and we end up going to the main area to watch if there's
Hmm.
there, and they're locked. We're like, is this
The doors are locked.
so like maybe there's an actual fire going on here? Who knows? So then we just end up so Nolan downloads the YouTube TV app, and when he opens up the Fox Sports, he gave him the Packers game, and he's like,
Oh,
"What? No, 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 no." So thankfully, we're like outside, like because we're all in our Lions gear, and a girl opens up her. She lives on like the main floor, so she has like a patio. She
okay.
opens up her like patio door, and it's like, "Hey, do you guys want to? Are you guys trying to watch the game? Do you guys want to come in?"
Oh,
And
that's
we're like,
nice.
"Yeah, yeah, we do." So yeah, she was really nice. We walk in, and we end up watching the rest of the game with her. Got to talk to her for a little bit. She was great. I don't remember her name, but shout out her
Shout out, girl, random
girl.
girl at Norton's apartment. Where's he live?
He lives kind of close to the mall.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
so kind of like down the street from where he currently lives.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what he was saying. He's like, if I ever want to just go get food, I'll just, 5 minute drive to my parents' house, get grab the leftovers,
Yeah,
drive. home.
that's funny.
Um, so
Oh, cool. That's fun. Good
yeah,
deal.
yeah. His apartment complex is like brand new too, so we got $1,000 off the
Oh,
first.
nice.
We were one of the first people to sign up.
Nice. Awesome. Wow, you had a more exciting weekend than my past like 3 weekends have been. So
I
that's
wouldn't
fun.
say exciting, just I mean, I'm sure going to a
Eventful. It was eventful.
well, I mean, going to a Miami of Ohio game. I'm sure there's stuff you're not telling me.
I mean, not really. I don't know. Let's see. Obviously I watched Avengers Friday night. What did I
Great
do?
Butterball
Friday
movie.
night I watched a movie. That's all I do really when I'm on my lonesome. I just watch movies.
You talk to your roommate?
Um, can give my movie reviews. It was what are you saying?
You talk to your roommate anymore? No.
No. What did I watch? Oh yeah, 310 to Yuma. That was okay. That was Friday night. And then Saturday I went for, walk at this little nature trail again. That was nice.
Oh yeah. Did you
Um,
do, like the whole thing again? The long miles?
I just walked it. I didn't run it this
Okay.
time. Is that what you were asking?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But it was very peaceful. It was very nice. Caught a spider web right to the face though. Like
No.
I was freaking out. I was
Oh
like,
my
"Where's the
God.
spider? It's on me somewhere." And so I was like wiping myself because I just couldn't help but think of like the Madagascar scene where there's that giant spider on his shoulder,
Yeah.
and it was gonna start talking to me. I was gonna freak out. Um, and then yeah, I did this football thing. The other funny thing about the football thing is this guy was like so concerned about traffic. He was like, he like wanted to get there early. He wanted to get there like 11 because he wanted to like walk around and like see the stadium and all this stuff or something. I honestly think he probably wanted to party, but
Oh, okay.
I wasn't really into that. Or like I wasn't, ready for that. And so like we left super early and we parked and there's no traffic downtown. And quote downtown, it's not like it's a big downtown area. And
Mhm.
then we walk in and we're there like so early, like 45 minutes early. And we're just
In the
twiddling our
stadium?
thumbs. Yeah, because okay,
Oh my
again, it's
God.
not the big house. It's not this massive, complex that you can walk
Right.
around and all this stuff. And so we like got our food and it was just so extra. We were there so early. So I don't know. I hopefully did a good job of masking it, but I was trying to kind of hide my annoyance a little bit because I was just like, if it was just me, and I was calling all the shots,
Mhm.
we would have been there like 12 o'clock, like start of game time. I had, I hate to say it, but I had like zero interest in going really. Like I was planning on going to a game this year just to say that I went to a game, but I was not planning on going to the game. So, um, oh man, what else? So, anyways, like but that's just me complaining and wanting it my way and all that stuff. So, hopefully he didn't notice it, but I was really trying to kind of hold back, like I said, my aggravation a little bit of like, can't
Mhm.
believe I let this dude drag me here, 45 minutes before the game. So, then the game starts and these guys behind us sit down. The other nice thing was it wasn't like Michigan Stadium. There was plenty of seating,
Hmm.
which I mean they're only an okay football team and they're in the MAC and all that, but
Get spread out a little
there
bit.
was there was plenty of seating, so no worries about being crimped in, cramped in, and it was hot, but again, like because it wasn't just packed full of 100,000 people, you weren't like dying of heat
Right.
stroke or anything like that. Um, so we got some nachos and ate, and then these two fellas sat behind us. And like right at the start of the game, like Miami threw an interception. Oh yeah, that's what it was. They drove down the field and they were on like the 5 yard line, and then they throw an
Oh,
interception on the 5 yard line. And then this guy behind us like taps us on the shoulder and like holds his fist out for a fist bump. And he's wearing a Bearcats thing.
oh,
And I was like, what an ass. Like, I'm not bumping you for my own team, like,
that's a
in an
bold move,
interception.
man.
And then he was just like, oh, I know, I just want to be friends or something like that. And so it was this guy and his friend was like really into it. It was pretty funny. He
Really?
was like swearing and cursing and yelling
Oh,
at the top of his
wow.
lungs. And we just have, people do the slow turnaround, look over the shoulder like, who the fuck is this guy? Screaming his head off at the players. Um, and then the guy that did the fist bump, he was a character. He was an interesting fella. He uh had a lot of weird things to say.
Weird in like what way?
I don't know. Like Boomer trying to talk to a
Oh, was he
young
older?
kid, I guess. Yeah, yeah, he was
Oh,
older. But then he was also weird. He was one of those guys. He was kind of like a Tasneem in a way, where he was like saying all these things, then he'd just be like, "No, that's not true." And so
oh, really?
you didn't know what truth was. Like I kind of don't like it when people do that because you just like it was kind of okay when Tasneem did it because but it was total different.
Yeah,
It was
circumstance.
different. Like it was different circumstance. You're right. It was different circumstance, different person, different personality.
Yeah.
And so like when this guy was doing it, he was doing it all to build up for like a joke. He was asking you all these questions and then he would twist your words and all to be like, oh, look at this kid's gay or something. Like, it was just
What?
like,
This
okay,
guy sounds.
like I don't know, like I don't have a good example, but he'd be like, so do you like to do this? Do you like to do that? How do you do this? And then you'd end up saying something like, yeah, and just stroke. Like, okay, this is a bad example, but like just on the extreme end, you'd end up for some reason saying like, yeah, I just have a real nice stroke and stroke to it or something like that. And he's like, you like to stroke it good?
Oh,
And then you'd be like, okay,
dude.
like come on, and so like those people are just kind of like exhausting to talk to in a way because when you're like you just have to be like constantly on high alert of what you're saying because then
Right.
he's and then like it's also like it doesn't really get to be that funny because it's just you and him, and so the only guy that's like getting a kick out of it is himself. And you're like, all right, you're only making yourself laugh. Like I'm just giving you a wry laugh right
Yeah.
now. The only reason I'm laughing is because I want you to shut up and stop talking to me. So
I knew a
it,
guy in college like that, and he was very hard to talk to.
yeah, right. It just
Feels
gets
like
exhausting.
one-sided.
What?
Feels very one-sided. It feels
It
like
does. Because
you're just
it's
talking
also
to
the thing is
chicken.
like they they clearly don't have any interest in what you're actually saying.
Yeah.
They
They're
just
just
want you to say something weird so that they can pounce and be like,
Mhm.
oh, this guy likes sucking cock or stroking cock. And that's the funny thing about it is it always comes back to being like to homosexual acts. Why is it always good? Like it's nothing else. It's always there.
Oh, wow.
So that was my excitement. And then again, like after that game, I went back. I was like sunburned as hell and just, took a shower. The thing I'm struggling with right now is meals, weekend meals, because in Kansas City, I kind of did the same thing. In Michigan, it was different because I had you guys and my parents. And so there was plenty of options throughout the week and weekend to like eat or make my own food or whatever. There's plenty of variety and options. But Kansas City, I was usually all by my, just doing my own thing. And but my thing was, on the weekend, like Friday night, I'd get Chick-fil-A. Saturday, maybe I'd cook or maybe I'd go find somewhere to eat. And then
Mhm.
Sunday, or yeah, Saturday, I was, it was pizza. And if I didn't do pizza on Saturday, then I'd do pizza on Sunday. So like I had a good routine. There was some variety injected into it. But here, because I don't have a job and I've got like no money to, or not no money, but I don't have really the budget to I guess fund a going out meal. Um, I'm like getting to the weekend and I'm just finding myself kind of stuck because I don't want to have my weekday meals again,
Mhm.
because it would just get so repetitious. So I'm a little bit in a, I've been in a bit of a conundrum of what to do for weekend meals. So that was another like kind of downer on Saturday was like I guess I would say Saturday wasn't a very good day in general. Like I had to do this, I had to deal with this guy at the game. Um, oh yeah, that's the other thing. He invited us out to the bars afterwards, and I don't know. Like I feel like I don't know. I don't know. What do you do in that scenario? Do you go with the guy just to see what the experience is going to be like?
I would just because, you know,
I know you would.
I'm a big experience guy, so who knows
Yeah.
what would happen. But no, I totally understand the money aspect of not wanting to spend money.
Well, that wasn't the thing. The thing wasn't like that. I was just like, or that I guess that was a different side point. So I guess to wrap up the initial point is like Saturday after that, sunburn, didn't feel good. It was hot, sweaty, had to shower, took a nap, woke up, didn't know what to do for dinner. So just had to like I just ended up getting Taco Bell, which I wasn't, too proud of. Um
Why I would love that. I haven't had Taco Bell in a long time.
yeah, and that was the same reasoning I used. I was just like, well, I haven't had it in a long time. I can, treat myself. But then I don't know, I don't feel good after eating it. Like I just feel like an ass.
Yeah, no one does.
Um,
That's the whole
I
point.
know, I know, but I don't know. It would have been nice to have a more fulfilling meal at the end of that long day. But anyways, yeah, going back to like that guy inviting us out, I think I think the other part about it was I kind of got the gist of the dude. Like I didn't need to hang out with him anymore.
Okay.
You know?
So are you done with them?
Oh no, sorry, the Ohio, the boomer
Oh, the
invited us out to the
boomer.
bar.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
oh,
if it was the Michigan guy, the friend guy, the Grand
oh.
Valley guy, I might have been a little bit more willing. Probably okay. Honestly, right after the game, I was not very willing. I was ready to get back and shower and just rest for a minute. But if he
Okay.
invited me out, later in the night, I definitely would have gone and had a good time and
Oh,
all that. But
okay.
no, it was the boomer. It was the
Oh, okay.
boomer that
I
invited
take
us
everything
out.
I said back. I would not have gone.
Okay, right? Exactly. Like
Not with a guy
I,
like that.
I don't yeah, I don't know how to describe it because I mean I've definitely heard stories of people, like making friends that way or like having a good time. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, um but yeah. Okay. So I guess I don't know. I don't have a great coherent thought, so I'm sorry. I'm trying to like piece it all together. But so let's say, for example, um, okay, I don't know. This is going to be hopefully this isn't going to be too much soapbox or whatever. But so my dad's friend, he's an interesting guy and has a lot of friends, and so my dad has invited me to go to dinner with him and his friend, a few times, and so like the first time I thought it was just going to be us three, but then he had other people, there at the dinner. And like at first I was like weirdly disappointed by it. I don't know why, but
Mhm.
it was just the initial feeling. I was like, oh, I just thought it was going to be us three. I guess I kind of like it when it's like that. Well, sometimes, to have the, I guess more intimate, section or, time together. But the thing was the folks that he invited to dinner were just really, really fun and interesting people to talk to.
Cool.
And so the second time that we went out to dinner, I was like, oh, yeah, sign me up. And then when there were other people there, I was like, great. I like wanted to meet these people.
Hmm.
And so I guess the difference is, um, like I felt like this Ohio guy didn't have anything to add. Like I
Uh,
was like, I mean, and maybe okay, maybe this was my point. Is like maybe that's the mistake. Is I shouldn't have discounted this boomer. You know, I shouldn't have discounted him so much. Maybe there's a chance that he would have had some interesting friends to talk to. And you
mhm.
know, that's what I'm maybe that's what I'm giving up is I'm giving up or I gave up the opportunity to maybe meet some cool guys. But also, like I said, on the whole, I think I'd had enough of this guy. I think I had, you know, understood him plenty by that
Mhm.
point and just been like, yep, I don't need to meet any of your friends. I don't need to talk to you any longer. We had a
That's,
good time at the football game. Let's just end it there. I don't need to I don't need to delve into your life anymore.
I think you're pretty socially adept. I think you know when you meet somebody, you're like, all right, this is a cool person, or
I
I,
know.
I think your judgment with people makes sense. So the fact that you didn't go, I'm not blaming you at all.
Okay, thank you.
I'm
I
not.
appreciate that. I appreciate that. I hope so. All hope so. All as I can say is I hope so because again, like my Captain America Civil War review,
That was
um,
a great one.
I
Again,
just I just need I need to like I still feel like I need to do oh I feel like I need to do things the Zach Jennings way of just like sign me up, sign me up for all these things, experience some more things. So again, like maybe I made the mistake of not, but I appreciate you backing me up there. I think in this case, I think there does take there is a judgment call in it. There is some judgment and some wherewithal that you need to make those calls because yeah, I don't know.
situations like
Anyways, I
I
don't know. Did that
usually
make sense at the end? Hopefully it did.
it did. In situations like that, though, I usually just defer to the person I'm with and go, "What do you think?" That way, if it sucks, I can blame them. Or
Nice.
if I don't want to go, they save the day. So
Yep.
cool. Well, yeah,
Well,
no,
good
I'm
deal.
not. I don't think you should be disappointed. I think if somebody closer to your age was,
Yeah.
hey, maybe we should go out, then maybe
Yeah.
yeah. But if you're with a boomer, you already met him, didn't love him. I can't imagine it
Hmm.
would have gone that much better had you
Yeah.
been drinking together.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
No, I agree. But again, like, unfortunately, like a little bit of me is just like, what did I miss? Did I miss something good? Which, I don't know. It's
FOMO.
unfortunate. Yeah, it's like a weird FOMO to have. It's kind of dumb, but yeah, just the again the Civil War, Captain America Civil War got me thinking about all that stuff. So
Well, hey, I
I don't
mean,
know.
you can always try again. I'm sure you'll run into somebody else at
Yeah,
the game.
yeah. Get a second shot. Oh, I don't plan on going to another game.
Oh, you don't
I
really?
think I'm one and done. I might go to like a midweek action for
Mhm.
like first quarter or something like that, just to say, that I did midweek action. But
Wow. That's it,
I think
huh?
that's it. I think I'm set. I'm not going to another game.
Wow. Were
I got higher priorities.
the tickets expensive?
It was more than I would have liked to have paid $43.
Oh, whoa.
I mean,
I could
who's paying $43 to go to Miami University?
I could get a Michigan State ticket for $43, I feel.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways,
It's good or
it
no?
was what?
Are the seats good? Or
I
was it more?
mean, like it's a much smaller stadium, so
Mhm.
so you know, every seat is quote good. There's no real like terrible seat because it's just a small stadium. You're right, you're right on top of them.
Mhm.
Um, so anyways, yeah. And then Sunday was okay. I don't have any exciting things. I did join an IM team as
Oh,
well.
you did? Of
Yeah,
soccer?
soccer. Yeah,
Oh, how'd you guys
and
do? Why am I talking about this?
we lost 2-1.
Okay.
I didn't play my best game, so but we were all exhausted. We had, we were down a guy on the field, and then we also obviously didn't have any subs, so they were just running ragged all over us.
I
And it's a
see.
smaller field. It's 7v7 plus
Oh,
a
okay.
goalie.
Was
So it's small and it's fast.
it like a free agent team or was it a grad school?
Yeah, yeah, free agent
Free
team.
agent?
Yeah. Hmm.
Cool.
So, anyways, yeah, and then anything to look forward to this week? Not really for me. I've got my first exam,
Oh,
but that's
Ben.
it. Thursday.
Oh, Thursday. Good luck, man.
Yep.
Oh, I think we're
Thank you.
on.
Thank you. Sorry.
Oh, one of my friends' birthday on Thursday.
Oh, okay. Happy birthday.
And you love the guy who it's Vic.
Oh, good. Cool. Happy birthday, Vic.
I
Are you
hope
guys doing a party or anything?
no,
Oh, okay.
I don't think so. But yeah, good luck on your exam. So nothing
Thank
this
you.
week.
Nothing planned for this weekend either. No, not really. I mean, I'll watch Michigan football Saturday, but yeah, hopefully I get a chance to not relax, but just kind of do my schedule, you know. Don't want to be dictated by having to go to Miami football game.
Cool.
Sounds
Uh,
sounds bad, but anyways.
no.
Yeah.
I don't think you're offending too many people out there.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, good luck to everyone else. Good luck to all the listeners this week. Leave a comment uh if you want to. Give us your favorite rock type, your favorite rock or mineral.
rock type,
Yeah,
like
favorite
music
rock type in
or
the comments.
rock, like rock is in music or rock
Oh
is in
no, like rocks and minerals.
minerals. Cool,
Yeah,
cool.
so like graphite or volcano rock, something like that.
All right, I like it. A good question. All right. Well, yeah, thanks, Johnny. Thanks again for meeting with me
Thank
so
you,
early.
Zach. My
I'll
pleasure.
see you guys next week.